Good afternoon, and welcome to the Inspiring Inkin Facebook page. I'm Amanda Fowler. Today's Tuesday, the 3rd of August, and I'm very excited because this is part one of a three-part series where we're going to be looking at the brand new July to December mini catalogue, otherwise known in Amanda's world as the autumn-winter catalogue. Celebration Take 2. I've got a mountain of things to show you. I've got 3 cards to make. I've got a cup of coffee, a bit of a frog in my throat. So that's going to make the sound interesting today. But if you're here, could you say hello? I would love to know that you are here. Let me know where you're from and what you've been up to. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you so very much for taking the time to watch the video. If you are watching on the replay, unless you're watching on Facebook, you won't actually be able to see the comments that I'm responding to. But don't worry, I read them out anyway and let you know who I'm chatting to and what we're chatting about. So I'm just going to check I'm live in the right place. I occasionally have been known to have technical difficulties. So, you see, there's a technical difficulty. The sound wasn't off on my iPad. But, you know, it's all good. Right. So, let's hear. Let's see who's here. Donna's here. She's in Australia. Hello, Donna. And Anne and Maureen and Michelle. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Chris and Angela are here as well. They're in Newbury. Thank you for joining me today. So how are we all? Has the sun come out now? I short sleeve t-shirts and shorts and no socks, and I'm regretting it. The sun was out this morning. I thought, yeah, I'll be fine. But I'm going to go and put some long trousers on and some socks on when we're finished in here. But thankfully, the lights and stuff keep me quite warm in this studio. So let's have a look. So Lynn's here. She's saying good afternoon. Anne saying hello from sunny Suffolk. Big excitement to hear. Waiting for the Ever Given to dock. And you're going to have to explain that. I'm afraid I don't understand that sentence at all. What's the Ever Given? Why don't I know what it is? And where is it docking? Good afternoon, Anne and Michelle and Maureen. Good to see you too, Jen. And Deborah's here. Awesome. So you've worked it out, Deborah. She's found us this week. So I have 2 places where I go live. So this is, well, actually I have 3. If you're in my team, I have a team page where I go live. But if you're not in my team, and if you're not, you should be. And hopefully many of you will be by the time I've finished twisting your arm over the next few days. So my public facing, if you like, is here on this Facebook page, Inspiring Inkin, and in the Inspiring Inkin Crafting Corner, which is a Facebook group. And everybody is welcome in the Inspiring Inkin Facebook group. You have to answer a question, which is, what's your favourite craft? And that's so that the spam bots can't get in. And you don't have to talk about paper crafting or stamping up or stamping even. All crafts are welcome. So, you know, quite often we do talk about paper crafts, but quite often we talk about knitting or sewing or baking, decorating. Basically, if it's something that you make, we want to see it, we want to talk about it, we want to chat about it. So that's good. Jenny's here as well. Good afternoon, Margaret. Margaret, your replacement catalogue is by my front door, ready for when we go out for a walk later to go. That which reminds me, I've had a couple of people let me know that their catalogues haven't arrived, which is really disappointing because I sent them 10 days ago. Actually, 11 days ago now. So I sent them a long time ago. But what seems to be happening is there seems to be quite a lot of disruption to the post again. Lots of posties are getting pinged with the app and are having to self-isolate. I think it was Belinda that said the other day that her postie delivered on a Sunday, and she never normally gets post on the Sunday, but she hadn't had any post before the Sunday for about 5 days. So if your post is a bit erratic at the moment, it could be that that's what's happening. And of course, where the postmen are sort of working together, obviously if somebody gets COVID, potentially it can have a knock-on effect in a local area and then causes ongoing problems. But obviously I'll send out more catalogues. So if yours hasn't arrived, just send me a quick email and I will get a replacement sent out to you. Okay. Gillian's here from a very wet and windy Jordanstown in Northern Ireland. Jenny's saying it's 11 o'clock there. You're a night owl, Jenny. Hello, Stella. Texas is here. Hello, Marion. How are you doing? Anne saying happy launch day. I know, it's very exciting. It's been crackers here today. My phone keeps ringing. I'm getting pinged with emails of people asking questions and pinged with emails for people placing orders. And if that's you, thank you very much. I will be responding to them all shortly. Yeah, it's just been busy. It's busy. I like busy though. So Paula's here. Let's have a look. Right, Anne, thank you. So Anne has explained that the Ever Given was a ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal. Now, I don't know how many of you know that there was a ship stuck in the Suez Canal, but because many of our products get shipped in, the fact that there was a ship stuck in the Suez Canal was a real issue for us, and it has caused quite a lot of knock-on effects with deliveries and things. And it is docking in Felixstowe today. So that's what Anne was talking about. So thank you, Anne, for explaining. Good afternoon, Scylla. Let's see. Goodness me, so many messages today. Oh, Margaret's saying sorry. No, don't worry, Margaret. Honestly, I think the internet eats things. It eats emails. Sometimes they don't get sent. I was talking to a customer last week, and every now and again I get like 5 emails from her all at once. And what what we discovered was happening was she'd type in an email and close like her iPad, and it wouldn't have actually sent. So then she'd type another one and it wouldn't send, and another one, and eventually it'd be like 4 or 5, and they'd all arrive all at once saying pretty much the same thing. And it seems that they just weren't sending. Her Wi-Fi wasn't working properly. So who knows? Technology is great until it doesn't work properly. Hello, Kathy. She's in Canada. Thank you, Kathy, for joining us today. Oh, Marlene saying she's made it. She's pleased she's made it because she missed everything last week. Donna's actually got her catalogue. So Donna isn't one of my lovely customers. She's one of my lovely friends, overseas friends, and her demonstrator doesn't always send her catalogues, but she's got them this time, so that's good. Ooh, Sue has a non-Stampin' Up question, so let's see if we can help her out. She's about to make a cake for a 50th wedding anniversary, and the decoration is going to involve edible gold leaf. I'm wondering on how many days can it be left on the cake before eating? That's a very interesting question, Sue. And actually, I don't know the answer. I have used edible gold leaf quite often, but usually it is on a cake that's going to be, you know, eaten quite quickly. So I don't know. Does anyone know? I don't know. I don't know. I've just smudged my nail polish. Look. Look at that. That's not very helpful, is it? Oh, well, it's a bit sparkly. You might not notice. It'll be fine. So, Donna, that's good plans. Ask Google. Google. But somebody might know. Anita's here. Hello, Anita. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Jackie. And hello, Jan. Donna's saying Google is your friend. Google is your friend. It's one of those things. So speaking of Google is your friend, we've had a bit of an exciting weekend. So Brian's the middle child of 3. He's got an older sister who lives with her husband in France, and she's lived in France for almost 40 years. And Brian's also got a younger brother who lives in Derby, and his parents live in Nottingham. And Susan, his sister, has been over from France, and we've just had really busy few weeks, and we just haven't been able to get to see them. So we decided on Saturday that we would go and see them on Sunday. So Colin, they were doing Sunday lunch, so we invited ourselves for Sunday lunch, and we didn't tell Susan or Brian's parents that we were going. So we drove 200 miles. Took us 4 hours, so it was a good run. 400 miles, 200 miles there. So it took us 4 hours. We spent 4 hours in Derby and then 4 hours on the way home. So, you know, 12 hours door to door. We had a really lovely day. It was well worth going. Lovely lunch. And just lovely to see them all. Because obviously, you know, we haven't seen Susan certainly for a year. So that's been really good. But in order to kind of, you know, pass the 8 hours that we spent in the car on Sunday, we were looking up for animal facts. I was just, you know, interesting things that, you know, trivia type questions and things. And there were some strange ones, and there are some that I cannot discuss on Facebook because it's a bit risque. It's about penguins. You have to Google what lady penguins offer for stones. Anyway, because they build their nests with stones. So let me just share a couple of things. So a collection of parrots is called a pandemonium. I thought that was really, really cool. The noisiest creature in the world is a pistol shrimp. That's apparently only teeny, but it makes a noise with its claws so loud that it basically cooks its prey. I don't know. And then the best fact, this is the reason that I'm talking about animal facts. And actually, if you've got any animal facts, put them in the comments, because we're on a roll now. We're learning all sorts of things. Polar bears are black. Just blew my mind. So underneath the polar bear's fur, their skin is black. But more importantly, their fur isn't white. I always assumed it was white, but it's not. It's like a translucent, reflective fur, and it reflects the light. So it looks like it's white. There you go. And that just leads me beautifully into the new mini catalogue. It's got polar bears in it. If you've missed the polar bears, let me tell you where the polar bears are. And actually, do get your catalogues out, because you'll be able to kind of play along with me. I don't know where the polar bears are. There they are. Look, page 39. So there you go. Fun factoids. Animal facts. So today, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to quickly go through Celebration, which is the other little book. And I'm going to show you quite a few of the Celebration products so that you can see what you can get for free. I'm going to show you a few little bits in the mini catalogue. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because we've got 3 days. And I'm going to be showing you lots of things as we go. But tell me what your favourite product or your favourite sweet is in the mini catalogue. Put that comment in. So let's see what the comments, see if Sue's got any answers to her gold leaf question. So Valerie's saying it's edible, so it should be fine, but the issue might be discoloration under the gold, especially if it gets warm. Sue, can you not just put the gold leaf on just before it's going to be served? Is that an option? Paula's saying she loves the dies to the polar bear set. I don't have the polar bears. I don't have the set either. Oh, yes. So let's have a look. So can you see just there? So you've got land and sea. Oh, my finger's going the wrong way. And icicles and stuff. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so I'll wait while you put all of your comments about what your favourite products are, whilst I've just knocked the glue on the floor. It's okay. I'll have a spare. At least my wire hasn't fallen out today. So, Merriest Moment bundle. Yes, polar bears, sweet little stockings, painted Christmas, whimsy and wonder. And Sue's Googling right now. Right, so I'm going to have a quick slurp of my coffee. And then what I'm going to do is talk about Celebration. Now, Celebration is a special time, I suppose. That's probably the easiest way to put it. There are 3 different ways that you can get stuff for free, all of which are awesome. But the best one of all is to join my team. So I say this all the time, and I'm sure you don't believe me, but it's okay just to join, even if you're going to buy your own products the whole time. And the answer is absolutely yes. There is a place for people who buy their own products, people who sell to a couple of their friends, people who do parties or events or classes, people like me who build businesses. The whole awesomeness about Stampin' Up is it can be whatever you want it to be for as long as you want it to be. So I've been a demonstrator now for nearly 15 years, 14 years. 2007 we launched, can't do the maths. Anyway, 14 years. But I have demonstrators who stay for a year, who stay for 5 years, 10 years, but everything in between. In order to stay a demonstrator, you need to meet quarterly minimums, and those quarterly minimums start from your first full quarter. So in this instance, it starts in October. So if you join now, you have until the end of December to meet your first quarterly minimum. And should you choose not to carry on as a demonstrator, or should you not meet your quarterly minimum, you finish as a demonstrator and you go back to being an awesome customer. And it's that simple. And it always sounds like there needs to be a catch, doesn't there? And there isn't. There's no catch. You don't have to give anything back. You don't have to, I don't know. There is no penalty for doing that. And so then people say, well, why do you promote it then? Because, you know, why are you encouraging people to join and stay or not stay? And the reason is because I think it's the best deal. And nobody knows where this journey is going to take them. I mean, if you go back 2 years, could you have predicted what we've just had in the last 2 years? It just blows my mind. And for me, I want you to get the best value. And I absolutely, hand on heart, think that the best value you are going to get is by joining my team. Because not only do you get the awesome products and the discounts and the extra bundle and all of that stuff, which I'll go through in a second, but you get to hang out with me and the rest of my team over in my team Facebook group. I run training events there. I chat with them every Tuesday morning. We gather, and we will be gathering again next year, which I'm so excited about. And, you know, we gather in person, we gather online, we have Christmas parties, and it's just an awesome thing. And another question that I always get asked is, well, if I become a team member, does that mean I'm not a customer? Does that mean I can't come to Craft Along or your retreat or classes? Absolutely not. You can do all of those things. And I'm truly blessed that I have many of my team members that do. So I get to hang out with them here and over in Crafting Corner, at Craft Along, and in the team page as well. So it is the best deal, hands down the best deal. And, you know, you've got nothing to lose. Give it a go. If it doesn't suit you, if placing your own orders is something you don't want to do, or it's just something that you decide, well, I thought I'd give it a go, but actually it's not for me, then that's absolutely fine. But come and hang out with us. We're really nice. I have the best team. So, you know, you're missing out because you're not in the team bit as well. Okay, so Paula says, sounds like fun. Where am I based? I'm based in Hampshire, between Portsmouth and Southampton, right on the south coast in the UK. And I have I have events down south, but we also have national events, UK-wide events, and they move around the country. So that's where we'll be gathering next year. So that's going to be lots of fun. Okay, so we're going to talk about celebration. So I've mentioned the joining offer. Basically, the joining offer is, it costs £99 with no postage to pay. You get to choose £130 worth of products and a bundle, and I'll show you the bundles in a minute. So there are 12 bundles that you can choose from, and you get that in addition to your £130 worth of products. So that's that offering. If you place an order or you gather orders from friends that goes over £275, you get a stamp set which is called In Your Words, which is this one here. Ooh. And this is a stamp set that was actually designed by demonstrators. So stamping up asters for sentiments that we wanted to put on a card. And these are some of them, and they're just really lovely. Be who you were born to be. I love that. And then your birthday came, your birthday went. Here's the card I should have sent. Life is full of ups and downs. Hold on tight. So love that. So anyway, so that is if you're a host or you gather orders together. And then the last way that you can get free product is by spending £45 or €60, and there is a level 2 which is £90 or €120. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around and show you some of the products that I have. Some of them you've seen already, but some of them that I have already. And then I'm going to show you some things from the mini catalogue. Okay. So I need a piece of paper. Just checking my list, make sure I haven't missed anything out. Whoa. Well, that's a bit wonky. Look at that. You can see my legs and my shorts. What's gone on there? That is just seriously wonky. I have no idea what's going on there. Right. Let's try. That better? What is going on here? Right. So if I put that straight. So do you remember last week when I wiggled my table? And I nearly knocked my coffee everywhere. So there we go. That looks a bit better. Still not right though. It's just odd. I'm going to, shortly, I am going to put some little stickers on the floor, well, on the carpet, so all of the tripod and the table are all in the same place. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's look at the celebration catalogue. So first up, these are all level 1 that I'm going to talk to you about. Now this, I was talking to Karen earlier today, and this is what I've been calling the mermaid paper. And I'm going to bring it up. Mermaid tail paper. Not that I've actually seen a mermaid. You'll be surprised to know. But this is what I would expect a mermaid's tail to look like. And it's that awesome colour that can be silver or gold. And you get 8 sheets, and it's thick, 8 sheets. and it die cuts really well. You'll see later I've been die cutting with it. And it's 6x6. You can also get penguin paper. Now, those of you that are doing the retreat, you're getting half a pack of penguin paper in your retreat. But I'm just going to very quickly show you the papers. This is the pack that I was using the other day. So it's missing. It's missing a few bits, look. Missing a penguin or two. Still can't believe that polar bears are black. Look, you see? And then that one as well. So penguins, and the penguin paper matches the Penguin Place bundle, which is a stamp set and a punch. I don't have this. This is a stamp set and it's called Feels Like Home, and it's like a cottage door with some trees and a bike and some plants and some really lovely sentiments. So that's that one. Then we've got this beautifully penned paper, and this is stunning. And it's interesting because you get 4 sheets of 3 double-sided designs. So you actually still get 12 sheets, but you get 4 of each pattern. And this is very similar to the hand-penned papers. I just love it. And I love black and white because you can do so much with it. And then you've got that pattern. And it's got this kind of watercolour wash background on it as well, and spots. And in my world, you can never have too many spotty papers. So really cool. So that's those. Then there's another paper pack, and I don't know why, but I thought this was 6x6, and it's not. It is 12x12, and you get 6 designs, 3 of each, no, 2 of each. So you've got a bit of tartan, you've got some stripes, and that's kind of tree background. You've got these super cool deer and snowflakes and some checks. And then we're going into the green, so you've got spots and little trees with tartan trees. I didn't know I needed that until I saw the tartan trees. Then you've got like pine needles and green snowflakes. And then the last one, we've got another kind of tartan, and then these beautiful little deer. And these papers coordinate with the Peaceful Deer bundle, which is the stamp set, and this lovely prancing deer. And the deer, which one is it? That one. So this deer you can actually punch out. So that's super cool. And then we move on to what is the most popular so far today. And you know, I love this. I love seeing the orders come in and seeing what people have ordered. And the most popular by far is the sheep. So, you know, I know we are a nation of animal lovers. So the sheep are free with a £45 order, and that's a stamp set. And the dies are also free with a £45 order. So you could, if you place a £90 order, you could get both of them together, or you could get one this month and one next month. Be aware though that everything will be while stocks last. So, you know, if I know things are going into short supply, I'll let you know. But this is really cool because it's got some fencing or a gate and some clouds and a balloon. So yeah, so it's really cool, and it can cut the sheep out. But I don't have that, so there you go. I do have this though, textures and frames. This is really, really cool, great for backgrounds. And I was flicking through Pinterest this morning, and somebody had stamped this and drawn a little hook for like a bauble and then stamped those stripes over the top. It's a really cool Christmas bauble idea. So that's that one. And then there is this set of dies. Now this goes with, let me just get a copy of the catalogue. So these dies here are free with a £90 purchase, and they go with the summer shaded summer stamp set, which is this one. Let me just move it so you can see. And again, this is such a lovely set. It's got a really lovely thank you and happy birthday. So these dies coordinate with that stamp set. So that's pretty cool. And then I don't have this one either. It's a dahlia. And again, it's a £90 set. Let me bring it closer to you. Ooh, that way. Really, really beautiful. So you've got lovely etching on here, and then this one you can actually colour in yourself. It's just really pretty. So, and I think that is, yeah, that's everything. Apart from, for me to show you the bundles that you can get for free. So that's why my little post-it note was there. So if you join during celebration, you get £130 worth of products for £99. And then you can add any of these bundles. So frosted gingerbread, frosted gingerbread. Hang on. This is not easy to do. So you can have frosted gingerbread. Christmas season, Christmas to remember. Whimsical trees, peaceful deer, sweet stockings, penguin place, peaceful cabin, Arctic bears, we talked about those earlier, beauty of tomorrow, gorgeous leaves, and nature's harvest. So lots of different choices. So let's have a look. Lots of love for the sheep. Chris is saying that the delicate dahlias stamp beautifully and the summer shadows dies cut really nicely. Donna's saying she's tempted with the delicate dahlias as well. Yeah, the thing is, I tend to go more for papers to begin with, and then I build up, because Yeah, because obviously we have, as a demonstrator, we can order for a month before everyone else. So we actually get like 3 months of celebration, which is super cool. So I'm building up my stash. So I'm sure I will probably end up with them. Just I haven't got them at the moment. So very quickly, I am just going to show you. Right, I need to put a note there. So this, those of you that are doing the August craft along, you can't book for August now because the deadline was last day of July. But this Painted Christmas is the product suite that we are using in the August craft along. Ooh. This product suite, Blackberry Beauty, is what we're going to be using for the Christmas, the December craft along. And it is so beautiful. I will show you these papers in the next few weeks. It's just stunning. This this gorgeous leaves bundle is probably my favorite stamp set and die set in the whole book. I love grunge. You guys know this, and I'll be showcasing some of this in the next couple of days. And what else did I need to show you? I've talked to you about the polar bears. Oh, for those of you that need a robin, this is a beautiful little bird that will work as a robin, but it will also work as other birds. I did have something else to show you, and I didn't put a post-it note in it, so I will show you tomorrow, but I am going to show you what I'm going to be working on today. So today I am going to be showcasing this bundle. It's called Classic Cloche. It's on page 22. And it is a super cool stamp set with matching dies. It also has these domes, and you can, hopefully you can see kind of how deep they are, for making shaker cards, or even just to look pretty. And they really do. They're super cool. And what I wanted to do was showcase this, because the stamps themselves, you need to put them in a certain order when you're stamping them to get the best result. So I want to show you that. But there's lots of kind of options with this. Excuse me. But this isn't only, so this is Christmas, but there is another stamp set, which is this one, which is called Sweets and Treats, which also can use those shaker domes. And it will cut out, again, the dome. So there's a pie, and there's a cupcake, and there's even a Christmas pudding, which is really lovely. So you can use it for two different sweets, and it's really, really cool. Okay, so let's see. So Donna's saying that she's tempted with the delicate dahlias. Mum's here. Hello, Mum. Marlene is saying that she loves that too. Awesome. Awesome. So let's look at the dies and the stamps. So you've got for the main images, you've got 3 stamps that make the little village scene, 3 stamps that make the little bird scene. You've got 2 stamps here which make your cloche and some snow. And then this piece is like a base to go underneath your cloche. And then you've got 3 sentiments as well. And it's a photopolymer set. So really easy to stamp with, because obviously you can layer it one on top of the other. And then you have these dies. Now, the first thing to say is on the front of this case, the images are at 80%. So you can see that that is the actual size of the cloche. So it's quite a lot bigger, 20% bigger in fact, than the image that you can see on the front. So you've got the cloche, and then you've got lots of, I don't know how to describe it, kind of scene pieces, if you like. So you've got 4 sets of trees. Let me just bring this up, and you're going to see those. I'm going to use these later. But these trees, you can kind of 3D them a little bit. They're really cool. And because you've got so many dies, if you did like all of those on one piece of cardstock, excuse me, if you do all of those on one piece of cardstock, you've got a little forest there already. You've got these, which are trees or branches. You can have them as either. And you've got a die to cut out the little birds. This one is to cut out the village scene. And then you've got, let me put these away because I'm trying to hold everything. It's not going to work. Then you've got these 2 pieces. And these are to give yourself a background. So it could be snow or it could be the ground to put your trees in and so on. And then these 2 pieces are to make a base to stand your cloche on. And you'll see all of them because I have die cut all of them to use on different cards. So I'm going to start out. Look at the surprise. Surprise, Amanda's using blue. And you're not surprised, are you? Not surprised at all. Now, what you can do with this sort of village scene is you can colour these in with markers as well. So if you use a water-based marker, you can colour direct to the stamp, and then you'll be able to do different kinds of backgrounds and so on. You can also stamp this in Stays On ink or Memento ink and then watercolour it. But I'm just going to use the stamps as they are designed. And the reason I wanted to showcase this with you today was because there is a right way and a wrong way to stamp these. And it's not very often that I say, you've got to do it this way. But today I am. Today I'm going to say you need to do it Amanda's way, because you'll get a much better result. So I am using a thick Whisper White. No, thick basic white even. Normally I use coloured card blanks, but today I'm using our thick white. I wouldn't use our standard because it's not thick enough really to make a card base. but the thick is. And I'm just doing a very clean and simple single layered card. And I've also got my Wink of Stella, which is really important. You need a Wink of Stella if you haven't got it already. It is a clear silvery mica in a brush form, and it's just really pretty for putting snow on things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my sentiment first, and it says, "The magic of Christmas never ends," and I'm using Misty Moonlight. Now, as I said earlier, there is an order in which you need to stamp these images. So I've done it all different ways round, and this is by far the best way. So the first thing you need to do is to stamp what I'm classing as the outline. So it's got all of the trees. Let me show you, it's easy to show you on here. It's this one. It's got the branches of the trees and the outline, and I'm stamping that in my darkest blue, which is Misty Moonlight. Like so. I'm then going to stamp this one, which kind of looks like a random selection of things, but what it actually is it fills in the details of the houses. And I'm going to use the Balmy Blue. And I might need to stand up, as otherwise I'm going to get my head in the shot. And you need to look over the top to make sure that you are lined up and stamp. Now you can quite easily just stop there if you want. That's really cool. But the third and final stamp, to me, just lifts the whole thing. Now I'm using Balmy Blue again, but I'm stamping it off first. And then again, I'm going to stand up to stamp. Ooh. And what this does is it puts like a shadow over the trees. It gives definition to the roofs. And to me, it just makes it come alive. I just love it. Absolutely love it. And then all I'm going to do is use my Wink of Stella and just go over the roofs. Over the snow. Now, if you don't feel confident about stamping direct onto a card front, obviously you could put a mat and a layer on there. But for me, this ticks every single box that I have for a Christmas card. It's straightforward and easy to do. It's flat. I can make multiple cards really quickly. And when it's stood on somebody's mantelpiece, they'll be going, "Ooh, that's nice." So I hope you love it too. So that's card number 1. Didn't even need my glue for that, look. Okay, so card number 2. I might have to do a bit of cutting for this actually, because I haven't got all my layers. So I've been die cutting And then I said I'd show you all the die cut pieces. So I've started, we sell these little plastic jars. And I always need something to contain die cut pieces ready for when I'm doing craft and chat or craft along or whatever. And this is just so cool because it's just easy and it keeps them contained. So I said to you about the little trees. Actually, let me put them on there, you'll be able to see it. So they're the trees or the branches. These are the different trees, and there's, let me show you on a paler one actually. They've got like, I want to call them noses, that's what they look like. And it's like a backwards L shape, but it you lift it up and it kind of sticks out. I don't know that the camera's going to be able to pick that up. Yeah, maybe. It kind of lifts it, makes it 3D. It's very cool. And then you've got the pieces that you can layer one on top of another to make the base for the dome. And then you've got the snow pieces as well, look. So they're really cool. So I thought I would make a little card using the trees and the snow. But you can see how well this mermaid paper cuts. Because I just wasn't sure whether it would or not, but it does. So it's important that you know that. So what have I got? Oh yes, I've got a lovely Merry Christmas here, and this is Christmas to Remember stamp set. This is really lovely. I've got this, 'tis the season, I've been using quite a lot. Have a holly jolly Christmas. May this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. So love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. We all need more love and joy in our lives, definitely. So, Old Olive ink, early espresso ink. And I definitely need my trimmer. Right. I'm just going to have a slip of my coffee. So, how many people had the Cloche stamps and dies on their list? And more importantly, how many people have now put them on their list? So, let's see. So I've got a card blank here. And I'm going to do a slightly reduced size. So 3.5 by 5.25. So it's got a bit of a bigger border there. Ooh. And the same. So let's try 3 by 4.75. I haven't decided yet. I might go bigger, I might go smaller. Let's see. Oh yeah, we'll do that kind of layering this time. I'll move that out of the way. So I'm going to do is put, oh, that was lucky. Put my Merry Christmas on here. Let's just hope it actually does fit. Look at that, just fits. And then I'm going to put my cloche down. And so you've got the cloche stamp, and then you've got the little dome hook at the top. And all you need to do is just kind of align it, and it kind of blends in at the top. And then what I'm going to do is put this little stand. I'm going to have to cut that again because that needs to come down further. Darn. Hang on. Yeah, that's great. Only that sentiment needs to be further down. You can tell this is live crafting. Let's cut another one and do that again. So 4 3/4 by 3. Let's put the Merry Christmas down first. We've got the stand. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go, okay, so that's where the stand's going. So I'm just going to lift that up a little bit. Just so it's just so that there's a bit more balance to the card. And there's a little dome. Okay, so I haven't yet decided which one of these we're going to put on. I've got several variations. I've got sparkly ones and green ones. So we'll get to that decision point a bit later on. Okay, so I need the snow. And what I'm actually going to do with the snow is, so I've got 2 pieces here, is I'm going to just use the Wink of Stella and just run it over the white. So it just lifts it a little bit, gives it a little bit of sparkle. And that's just going to go like so. Oh, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be fully covered, but it just gives it a little bit of extra something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer everything up and then put all the die cuts on, basically because I want to see how the colours work tone on tone. So I've got, in the trees, I've got 3 different shades of green. So I've got Old Olive, I've got, excuse me, got the sneezes. Old Olive, Garden Green and Mossy Meadow. And then the glimmery mermaid paper. So we will decide which trees we want going where and the bases and stuff. And it's easier to do it when this bit is all stuck together. Hi, Claire. So pleased that you could join us. She's sneaking in whilst she's on a break. Roz is saying this wasn't on her list, but it might be going on it now. So let's just see. Nice little golden tree and a green one. We've got these teeny trees as well. Let's just see. Ooh. So maybe we'll put that one there. And that one at the back. Right, who's counting my trees? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yay! Okay, we're good. We're good on the tree count. And we will assemble those. So what I'm going to do is just grab the snow first and stick that down. And then this one. I'm going to put this tree in. So what I'm trying to do is keep everything obviously within the cloche, because although I'm not putting a dome on this, I do want it to look like it could have a dome. And what I'm going to do is use my pokey tool to poke those little nose pieces out. So it just gives that little bit of extra dimension. And I will put some of these on 3D pads as well. So just poke that one through as well. Just thinking about all the different things that or uses for these trees, because you know we've got so many different dies and stamps that you could use with these trees. So let's just pop some dimensional pads on. And these are the black ones. Tend to use the black ones for darker colours of card. And I think, oh yeah, so I can pop that one there. I am going to be able to get them all on. Sometimes you think, oh yeah, that'll all work. And then it doesn't. Let's bring that down a little bit. Try to not have them all in a line. I like a bit of 3Ding. But the benefit of having the black ones is it looks like it's a shadow underneath, so you don't see it as much. So that one's going just there. And then we've got this teeny one, which is going to have to go on a pad because everything else is too 3D. There we go. So that is going just there. Now I'm going to make the little stand for this to go on, which is just going to lift the dome. So let's have a look. So I like that one. Not that one. Oh, I don't know now. There we go. You're going to have to decide. So do we want the little gold stand? Or do you want the old olive stand? Which do you prefer? You're going to have to let me know. And I'm just going to try and see. I was going to say about putting a little bit of the Wink of Stella on the trees, but I'm not going to. Joanne's saying gold all the way. Interesting. Right, so I'm just going to wait for a second or two. I've got my coffee. I'll have a slurp. And what I will do is I'll close up the ink pads and clean the stamps while you're all voting. How about that for a plan? So I'll keep those two out. I love it when you vote because it's really interesting to see which way round you all go. Just clean the stamps. And sometimes I have a preference, but actually I'm not sure. So, ooh, votes still coming in. That's good because I need to make these clean, ready for the last card. So a look. Ooh, okay. So let's go. So gold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 for gold and 2 for green. Well, gold it is then. I think you did decide, didn't you, really? So there we go. So what I'm going to do, let me just get a piece of card. Didn't bring my silicone sheet up. So because this is really open, I'm just dabbing this into some Tombow glue. And then just popping it over the top like that. And then I'm going to fold that piece of card over so I don't stick my finger in the glue later. Let's get some foam pads on there. And I love the way this is designed. I hope you can see that. So the early espresso layer is obviously the dark one, and then you can see the gold just all the way around the outside edge. So it's designed to kind of sit perfectly inside it. And there is a stamp. Bye, Gillian. Thank you. Take care. I'll be here tomorrow and Thursday if you can pop back. Right. So there we go. just going to pop that down there like that. Da, 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 da. There we go. So I've stamped, let me see if you can see that. I've stamped and we've used die cut pieces and snow and Wink of Stella. And it's still not hugely 3D. It would be a large letterpost, definitely. There we go. Okay, so that's card number 2. I've got one more to go. And I know I've gone over the time that I normally run. There's so many things to show you. So many things to show you. Okay, so let's get the stamps out and the die cut pieces out, and I will explain what we're doing. So we're actually going to make a shake up with the domes. Now these domes, we've had all sorts of domes before, but these domes have glue on both sides. So there's glue on the back and glue on the front, which is really cool because it means that it sticks both sides, so there's much less danger of it falling apart. So I've got the subtle shimmer sequins, and this is they're silver and greys and pewters and like iridescent. And those of you that are coming along to the online retreat, we are using these. They're very cool. And I've also got 2 embossing folders here. Now these embossing folders are not in the autumn winter catalogue, they're in the annual catalogue. And I think everyone's missed them. It's one of those things that people, you just don't notice. So they're called Wintry 3D, and they're down here, page 155. And there's a snowflake one and a pine bough one. So they're not full-size embossing folders. They're designed to go through the mini machine. So they are 3 3¼ inches, slightly a bit wider, but 3¼ inches is kind of your width for your cardstock. But they're so pretty. So what I've done is I have die cut the cloche, and then I've run it through the embossing folder. So let me just bring that up and see. Can you see? So pretty. Really, really pretty. So this is going to stick here. And then this piece will stick on the card. Now, what I've actually done, because I've pre-prepared a few things, just because I knew I'd be talking so much. Bye, Anne. You'd be talking so much and you'd be on your way. So what I've done is I've stamped the cloche, and in order to get it so that they were lined up together like this, yeah, I wanted to make sure that the images were kind of together when they were die cut. What I actually did was I lined it up on my grid paper and just used a bit of washi tape to pin it down. I've stamped the little village scene and die cut it. So there is a die that cuts this out, and I've die cut it exactly the same way. No, I've stamped it exactly the same way as I did on the first card, look. The same colours. And I've also got some snow here. So in actual fact, I'm going to put, because that piece of snow is designed to go just there. So I'm actually going to put the snow on. Now, because this is going to be a shaker card, I don't want to 3D any of this, because the shaker pieces will get stuck behind the 3Ds. So, so you need to make sure that what you're putting stays flat. Okay. Let me just do that. Thank you everyone who's departing now. Thank you very much to everyone who's staying as well. I can't answer you all at the moment because I'm trying to glue. So there we go. So this piece is going to stick here. But what I want to do is I want to put some snow in the background. Now we all know that snow is white, not blue. But if I put blue, if I put white snow, you're not going to be able to see it. So what I'm actually going to do is use the balmy blue to kind of make pretend snow. But I am stamping it off. There we go. So it looks a little bit like snow. And then I'm just also going to do a few little dabs of the Wink of Stella. Now you can flick this Wink of Stella and it looks really cool. But I just want this to look a little more kind of round as opposed to splatty. Okay, so we've got the snow there, and that I'm just going to glue that all down. Hi Judith, thanks for joining us today. Okay, so what we're going to do now is do some assembly. So the card is going to go this layer, move that out of the way, and then it's going to go on the card front like so. So there are several ways in which you can get your sequins in, and none of them are foolproof, and none of them will result in you not getting sequins somewhere that you don't want them. But for me, the easiest way that I have found is to stick this piece in first, put glue on here, put a pile of sequins in the middle, and then stick it down. Okay, so we're going to take this layer off first and take the tape layer off and position this in. Now just take a moment to press it down all the way around so it's nice and even all the way around, and just check it on the front of your card. Just check that it's all going to sit there nicely. And then I'm going to use tape. Now normally I don't use tape. Normally, as you all know, I use Tombow. It's just a little bit easier with a shaker card to use tape. So a couple of pieces there, and then I'm just going to put a little piece down here on the side, because although the dome is actually going to stick onto the card base as well, you want this piece to stick as well. Okay, so that's going to go on there like so. So we're going to get some sequins, and I'm going to put a pile in the center, and sequins always seem to stick to everyone, but you get lots. So the trick is to put plenty on, so that it makes a nice shake effect without putting so much on that you can't actually see the image underneath. So just take a second just to make sure that they are all kind of inside that stamped image. And then all we're going to do is take off all the tape. So the tape from these sides, the tape from the dome, says famous last words. And then we are going to position this down. Now, obviously, what you want to make sure is that you've got your even border all the way around. And as you put it down, you're not actually making a draft because otherwise your sequins will go pinging off. Give it a nice press all the way down. And then, yay! You've got your cute shaker. So it will shake all over. Look. So pretty. So let's just put the rest of it together. I'm going to use Tombow for this next piece. Now, obviously, this card is not going to go standard post. It's definitely going to be a large letter post. The best way to send a card like this in the post is to put another piece of cardstock over the top, or even a piece of bubble wrap over the top. And then I have stamped this. This says "'Tis the Season." I'm going to put it there, but I don't know whether you can see, it's not quite stamped cleanly. So I think it's oozed out. The extra ink has oozed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it in Balmy Blue, see if we like that. But I love this particular, sentiment because it's a block reverse style sentiment. And what it means is I can cut it out. All right, I'm just going to clean that. I can cut it out, and it just looks really cool. So I've got too much ink on my Misty Moonlight ink pad. That's what the problem is. I'm a very enthusiastic re-inker. So when I re-ink them, almost always I over-ink them. There we go. That's much better. And you'll be able to see the difference between the two. Can you see? So this one, the ink's kind of oozed everywhere else. This one is really clean. So I need to say to myself every time, every time I re-ink an ink pad, put half as much on as you think you need, Amanda. But it's just like everything I do in my life. I just do it at 1,000,000 miles an hour and enthusiastically. And then I end up with an over-inked ink pad. But it's easy enough To fix it, which you saw just a moment ago, I just got a piece of cardstock and blotted it. You can push the ink. If you use a spoon, you can push the ink to one end. But I didn't have a spoon, so I had to blot it. Okay, we're nearly there. Thank you for those of you that have been hanging out with me for an hour and a half this afternoon. I promise the rest of the week won't be quite so long. I will try and stay within my hour. Right, remove all the debris. Look at it, it's everywhere. I've got to get it tidied, ready for tomorrow. Okay, so there we go. So there is a lovely little scene shaker card. I love, love, love those embossing folders. Marlene's saying she's still here because she's making up for not being here last week. That's awesome. Right, I'm just trying to get rid of all the rubbish so I can bring in the cards. So we've got a lovely shaker card. We've got a lovely die cut card. And then the original simple stamped card. There you go. Just hoping that they'll just stay now. You can never tell with my cards. Hang on. There we go. I just want them to lie flat so you can see them properly. And if you have a problem with that, if your cards don't lie flat, just burnish the score line. There we go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you've got any questions about joining my team or any of the products that you've seen, then send me an email, amanda@inspiringinkin.com. All of the products that you've seen today are now available in my online store. I had a few people a couple of days ago who wanted to place orders straight away. And we only went live today. So everything is available currently, so you can place your orders. Lots of lovely comments about about you don't mind how long I go on for. That's cool. Thank you very much. I hope Angela's cat is okay at the vet's tomorrow. Chris, Steph saying they're lovely cards. Thank you, as is Roz and Judith. Oh, and Janet, thank you. And Michelle, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're all really lovely. Lovely. So, thank you, Anita. I will be back here at 2 o'clock tomorrow. I would love to tell you what I'm showcasing tomorrow, but I don't remember. Everything's prepped downstairs. And I don't know what's coming tomorrow, so you'll have to wait and see. So do come and hang out with me tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I will be live then. And have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye-bye.